7 on the flip clock, quiet in the rooms. Shelves show pale rectangles where pictures used to bloom. A passing train note drifts along the open street below, and in that simple signal both of us already know we've walked the length of reasons to this measured tender mile. An ordinary doorway that still takes a little while. No speeches left to polish, no repairs that fit the case. Just two lives standing kindly in a bright familiar place. My pulse keeps time with echoes of your name. Clear-sighted care steps forward all the same. It stings to choose with open eyes and breathe, but love sometimes is blessing what comes next. Lift your eyes to the empty sky above. It's wide enough to hold the life you love. I'll be a quiet marker in your memory, not a wall. A roadside sign that simply says, go on. No score to settle, nothing left to prove. Only the grace of telling careful truth. Lift your eyes to the empty sky above. Let all that open space make room for you. Recollect Larkin's lanes on Monday nights. Rental shoes too loose, the neon buzzing bright. You drew a heart in salt across the table's plastic gloss. We cheered a clumsy strike like we had beaten all the odds. A photo strip we fed into the booth came out half blurred. The corner bent from laughing more than any frame deserved. That sweetness isn't leverage, it's a lantern on the shelf. It warms the past without demanding anything else. Part of me would freeze that scene like glass. The wiser part writes thank you and lets it pass. We don't need heavier chains or proofs. We need a wider, kinder view for you. Lift your eyes to the empty sky above. It's wide enough to frame the life you love. I'll be a steady marker in your memory, not a wall. A roadside sign that simply says, go on. No tally sheets, no verdict to run through. Just the plain relief of telling truth. Lift your eyes to the empty sky above. Let all that open space make room for you. Hands on quiet keys, I name it slow. Be safe, be brave, be fully known. Keep every ordinary joy we grew. The jokes, the notes, the Tuesday afternoons. If evening sits too heavy on your throat, read this small line, you're free to grow. Call the open air a promise, not a void. Let daylight write a future you enjoy. I'll fold our gentlest chapters, keep them true, and send a steady courage out to you. No backward tally, nothing to undo, only a forward door, an honest blue. Lift your eyes to the empty sky above. May that waits for you. I'll dim the lamp and breathe a count of 2. Not empty, just enough for you. We're standing in the doorway one last time. Your hand in mine, but feeling miles away. There's nothing left to fight for, nothing left to say. We gave it everything, we crossed every line. But sometimes two good people just don't fit. And that's the hardest truth to admit. We didn't fail, we just ran out of road. It breaks my heart to let you walk away, but holding on won't make you wanna stay. I know this hurts, God knows I feel it too. But loving you means doing what's best for you. The intention was love. Every morning, every fight, every compromise we made. The intention was love. We weren't careless, we weren't cruel, we just couldn't find our way. There's no villain in the story we've been living, just two hearts that tried their best at giving everything we had, and that was enough. The intention was love. Remember when we painted your apartment blue? We laughed all night with paint stains on our clothes. You said you never felt more happy, more at home. And I believe we'd found our corner of the truth. That memory still shines like gold to me. But moments don't make permanency, and we can treasure what we had while letting go. I don't regret a single day with you, but wanting something badly doesn't make it true. We tried to build a life, we really tried. Sometimes love alone can't turn the tide. The intention was love. Every morning, every fight, every compromise we made. The intention was love. We weren't careless, we weren't cruel, we just couldn't find our way. There's no villain in the story we've been living, just two hearts that tried their best at giving everything we had, and that was enough. The intention was love. We didn't break from anger, we didn't fall from lies. We simply learned that loving someone doesn't mean you're meant to stay, and that's okay. The love was real, the effort genuine. We honored something beautiful by trying to make it win. And even though we're walking separate ways, I'll carry that with grace. The intention was love. Every promise that we made, every dream we dared to chase. The intention was love, and we gave it all we had until we couldn't anymore. There's no failure in our ending, just acceptance. Two good people learning love needs more than passion. We love with open hearts, and that's enough to be proud of. The intention was always The intention was love, and that still matters. Your car keys on the counter, your coat hung by the stairs. We've rehearsed this conversation in 1,000 silent prayers. The words come easier than I imagined they would be. When you finally speak the truth, there's strange relief and honesty. We're both exhausted from the weight of holding on. Two good souls who got confused about where we belong. There's peace in this unraveling, though it's bittersweet and hard. This is a tender kind of victory, choosing to lower our guard. We're not enemies, we're travelers who took separate roads, and recognizing when to stop is how we lighten both our loads. This is a tender kind of victory, where we close the book with gratitude for every page, where we see the strength in walking back before we build a cage. No weapons drawn, no battles fought, just maturity and grace. A tender kind of victory, leaving love in a gentle place. This is how we win. Remember when we got lost, driving through the countryside? The GPS stopped working, but we took it all in stride. We pulled over by a meadow, watched the sunset paint the sky. Said we'd figure out the map tomorrow. We had time, but time reveals what instinct tried to tell us all along. Sometimes two people can be perfect and still get the timing wrong. I'm grateful for your kindness as we're closing this door. The way we end things matters just as much, if not more. This is a tender kind of victory, where we close the book with gratitude for every page, where we see the strength in walking back before we build a cage. No weapons drawn, no battles fought, just maturity and grace. A tender kind of victory, leaving love in a gentle place. This is how we win. You find arms that hold you through the storms I couldn't weather. I hope you build a life that makes you feel light as a feather. Thank you for the laughter, for the safety, for the tries, for teaching me that endings don't have to come with lies. We're proof that you can care for someone deeply and still choose to walk away completely. This is a tender kind of victory, where we both grow wings instead of building walls, where we trust that something greater waits beyond these final calls. I'll carry forward all the gold and leave behind the weight. A tender kind of victory means knowing it's not too late to start again, to breathe again, to find where we belong, to understand that moving on doesn't mean that love was wrong. the brave is hard to say. We're choosing to be happy over choosing just to stay. A tender kind of victory, the bravest choice we'll make. A tender kind of victory. I'm packing up your t-shirt and that book you never finished, all the little pieces of the life we used to share. And I could spend forever being bitter about the ending, or I could choose to focus on the times when we were there. We're done, I see it clearly now. There's nothing left to say, but I refuse to poison all the good we had by drowning in the pain. It's breaking me to watch you go, but forcing you to stay would break me more. My heart's still holding on, but my head is out the door. So you'll only be my best memory, not the one that got away or the mistake I made. You'll only my best memory, the person that I love, not the reason that I stayed too late. I won't remember all the fights or how it fell to pieces. I'll only keep the good and let the bad just fade. You'll only be my best memory. That's the gift I'm giving both of us today. There was that April evening on your parents' porch when you told me all your dreams and biggest fears. The way the light hit you, I wanted time to stop. That's the version of us I'll carry through the years. Not the screaming matches or the silence in between, not the way we stopped really seeing eye to eye. Just that moment when you trusted me completely. That's what I'll remember when I need to cry. 'Cause loving you was beautiful, even if it wasn't built to last. I'd rather celebrate what we created than get stuck living in the past. So you'll only be my best memory, not the lesson learned at time I wish I had back. You'll only my best memory, the one who made me better, not the one who held me back. I won't replay the ending or obsess over the reasons. I'll just thank you for the moments that were true. You'll only my best memory, and I hope that I can be the same for years from now. When someone asks about you, I won't list the ways it went wrong. I'll just smile and say we had our season, and for what it was enough. I'm choosing gratitude over resentment. I'm choosing light over what went dark, and maybe that's the real definition of loving someone even after they're gone. So you'll only be my best memory, the warmth without the burn, the sweetness without pain. You'll only my best memory. Not regret, just something beautiful that couldn't stay the same. I'm closing this door, but I'm not slamming it behind me. I'm just stepping forward into something new. You'll only be my best memory, the way I keep on loving you, the way I'll always love you. I'm packing up your things and letting go, but keeping all the best, that's all I'll know. The evening air is heavy with quiet skies, a chapter closing softly before my eyes. We've walked as far as love could carry through. Now the path divides, my steps release from you. The ache is real, it trembles in my chest, but truth is kind, it tells me this is best. You're the faintest constellation, far across the night, a pattern I remember, though it drifts from sight. I won't reach with sorrow, I won't ask for why. I'll just hope the stars will guide you past the shoreline of goodbye. Think of winter mornings lit by your smile, the warmth of simple moments that made it worthwhile. The echoes linger gentle as falling snow, but even sweeter seasons find their time to go. I'll keep the beauty, let the rest fall away. Sometimes letting go is love's most honest way. You're the faintest constellation, far across the night, a pattern I remember, though it drifts from sight. I won't reach with sorrow, I won't ask for why. I'll just hope the stars will guide you past the shoreline of goodbye. So take the light that waits beyond my view, carry dreams I cannot follow through. Every wish I send is gentle, true and kind, for your heart to find its peace while leaving mine behind. You're the faintest constellation, yet you'll always shine, even if the glow no longer reaches mine. With an open hand I free you, with a steady sigh. May your skies be filled with wonder as I learn to say goodbye. The faintest constellation still whispers in the sky, not lost, only distant, a love that learned goodbye.